Hello. So, today is Thursday, the 11th of January. As you can see, I'm home. A lot happened. I haven't been well enough to update the vlog. I last left off where I was wondering if they were going to discharge me on the 4th, 11 o'clock, as they said in the documentation. But they kept me in right up until about 1 p.m. because they weren't going to let me off the ward until my blood pressure was above 100. At its worst, it dropped down to 78, which is very bad. They kept me on IV fluids to raise it up, and lots of coffee. So the reason why I haven't been able to update till today is because travelling back was absolutely horrendous. My friend kindly drove me there, stayed in the hotel, looked after me, drove me back. But because of all the drugs I was on that was making me feel sick, because of my blood pressure that was dropping because of the drugs that I was on, and I also get car sick as well, she had to lay down the passenger seat. I laid down on it to try and keep my leg elevated so it doesn't thump as much. But obviously motion sickness, because I couldn't see, all I could see was the tops of the trees through the window, and I was holding the seatbelt off my belly because that pressure was making me feel sick. So all I could do for the 5-hour journey was just lay there going oh god, it was absolutely awful. Finally got home, just got straight into bed and just was zonked then. But the following days, I was given loads of medication to come home with, lots of painkillers, lots of wrappings and stuff like that. They were really good. They also gave me this liquid, like codeine, morphine thing, with a syringe, which I was given during the night if my pain was really bad. It's fast-acting painkiller. The only problem with that is that it gives you stonking migraines. I don't usually suffer from migraines. I have like the occasional headache if I don't drink enough coffee, stuff like that. But, oh god, it was just like, there's nothing worse than having pain elsewhere, but then also having pain in your head because you can't do anything. You can't think. It's just thump, thump, thump. And even it was that bad that my jaw ached. My eye sockets ached, the back of my head was like, feel like it was being squeezed. And this started like early hours of the morning. And obviously, common sense, you go and grab some more drugs to take to stop the pain. But that was obviously making the pain worse, because if you take too many drugs, you get a headache with it. And obviously I had my leg pain, which was frizzling away and thumping. So I've been miserable these past couple of days. So I've tried. Forgive the snorting noises, that's my Frenchie down here, Jasper, who's missed me and is currently clinging to my leg. Yeah, I was just really bad headache, so what I decided to do was come off the liquid stuff, the morphine stuff, and try and go back onto my drugs I took when I have a lot of I have a condition called interstitial cystitis. I think that's the right way of saying it. Basically, I have the wall of my bladder is thin because of previous illness I had, and I had to take this tablet to make the bladder wall thicker. But if I have stuff like acidic foods, coffee, I'm not supposed to have fizzy drinks, things like that, it irritates the wall of my bladder, makes it hurt, It makes me feel like I want to go pee. So that's sorry, lost my train of thought. It's the gabapentin that I've been given. For those that have never taken it before, it's a drug that basically fuzzes up the nerves in your brain to stop the signals, so I stop feeling the pain in my leg. The problem is though, it makes you go like you're stoned, so you get a fuzzy brain, and I lose my track of thought easily. As with my leg at the moment, like I said, I've weaned myself off that morphine stuff, and I've started just taking my high strength ibuprofen, the high strength paracetamol, and my own codeine that I have, if I have really bad pain, as well as gabapentin and my other stuff. The codeine I can't take like for 3 days consecutively because it upsets my IBS. Yay! So this is why I've got the sunglasses on, because I woke up this morning with an ocular headache. My leg at the moment kept me awake last night because it keeps doing this thing that only happened when I first had my accident, which was these spasm lightning pains that goes doo doo doo, and my leg flips up and spasms up, and then also there's constant pins and needles, and intense pins and needles. So no matter where I put my leg, it doesn't help. The only thing that helps is obviously taking drugs, but if I take too many drugs, then I get a headache, and I get upset stomach. So it's just trying to balance it out, really. Trying to put up with as much of my leg pain as I can, and then in extreme circumstances taking the heavy medication. So today I'm on my sofa because I got sick of being in the bedroom. I just need to, so I can look out the window, I can watch the telly, and my friend, she can cling to my leg because he wasn't allowed on the bed, obviously, because he'd bounce on my leg. So he's happy now. So I'm hoping in the next couple of months this will settle down, because like I said, with my first accident, it did take at least 2 to 3 months for the nerves to settle down, for the muscle that's been interfered with to stop being swollen and pressing against those nerves. That's what's causing that spasming. The staples that I have in, I'll show you a picture of what it looks like. Trigger warning for graphic injury imagery, so look away now. Okay, you can look back. Those staples that you see to come out in, it said a month, so I've got with the local nurse, so I'll show you how that goes after they've been taken out. I don't have the cut pain where the line is. There's a big massive gap at the back, which I'm surprised they didn't put a skin graft on, but I suppose they just want that to naturally scar over and heal over. It's only weeping now, it's not bleeding anymore, so I change my dressings every other day just to make sure it keeps clean. They gave me some sort of like Savlon stuff to put on to keep it clean, and some antibiotics, but I only need to take those if I get an infection, because I'm that sort of person that you don't take antibiotics for the slightest little thing. I've had infections in my leg before, and I've treated myself with I want to say either iodine wipes and iodine wraps, because that fights, it draws out the infection and dries things up, wetness up. So yeah, I'm going to see how that goes on, see if it heals up and everything, hopefully. The doctor did say that I would be able to put my prosthetic leg on immediately. Not going to do that because I want that big gap at the back of my leg to totally heal up before I start putting any tension on it and start moving that leg. Plus, I want my nerves and my muscle to heal and settle down again before I start forcing it to move in a natural action. So yeah, that's today's update. So I'll let you know how I get on.